Hey guys, welcome to Let's Talk Story with us, the Detwilers, and we're gonna have some friends in the future episodes. Honestly, we don't know if this is just a video series or a podcast. Who knows? If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, it's a podcast. We don't know. As of right now, we don't know if it's going up or not.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
We're just gonna talk story though.
Yeah, but we just launched our business. By the time you're watching this, we just launched our business, the Detwiler Collective, and we kind of want to talk about that a little bit, what it means, and really it's a lifestyle brand. We're going to be selling products and doing different things. It's more so my passion project, and you're definitely a part of it. The laborer. Definitely coming along and adding to it, I think, for sure, because you're such a big part of my life, obviously. But a lot of the things I'm going to be emphasizing are like motherhood, and I love fashion and clothing and shopping, so definitely that. Home decor, interior design. We're looking at buying a house in the near future. We'll talk about that later, but home renovations and all of that stuff. So it's really just a place and a community where we just want people to come and be inspired, be encouraged, and also just be inspired to create, because I love creating all kinds of things. So I just really want this business and brand to be a community of creatives and really just anybody who likes any of those things that I just talked about. But yeah, and music.
And we're no experts in anything that Alyssa just mentioned.
No.
So really, we're all like eyes and ears, and we're willing, and we want to learn from the people who've been in the business, in the industry for a while. So I mean, really, we're, like Alyssa said, it's a community, and we want to build relationships with that community and just anyone who wants to be creative. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the purpose of this video series, this podcast, Let's Talk Story, is we feel like we know some pretty interesting people, our friends that are our age, and some are younger, some are older. We just feel like we have really awesome people that we're surrounded by, and I just thought we always have these conversations at our house when we're hanging out, or at church, at the ministry, where we're always hanging out as well. And I just thought this would be cool to like have a place to have more of these conversations and talk about different topics. So we're gonna have some friends on here to talk about different things. We're gonna have a girl talk episode, a guys talk episode, lots of fun things, parenthood with some of our friends that are parents as well. Super excited for all those. But today it's just us, and we're gonna be talking about a couple things. First off, introducing ourselves. Why don't you go first? Like, who are you? What do you do? What's your full name? Where are you from?
My full name, where I'm from.
Yeah.
Social Security.
No.
All right. My name is Kupono Neil Mahoy Detwiler. A little bit about me, about my name. Kupono just means forthright and honest, or righteous in Hawaiian. And Neil is my dad's first name. And then Mahoy is our Hawaiian side of the family. That's my great-grandmother's maiden name, and Detwiler, obviously, my dad's last name. And so that is my name. Born and raised here on Oahu. Spent most of my life here, well, basically all my life here. Did some growing up on the Big Island in Waimea. That was some pretty fun times in my life. And yeah, here we are today. I am 30 years old and obviously married to Alyssa, boss lady, and we got our son Ryder, who's about to be 2.
My name is Alyssa Gloria Vega. Gloria is from
Vega?
I mean, sorry, Detwiler.
Wow.
Wow.
Technically, legally, well, legally we're
half legally Vega. Wow, that
taking
totally
you almost 5 years.
Wow. I never really introduced myself as
so
Vega.
So what is still Vega?
Alyssa Gloria Detwiler.
Yeah, but what is still Vega on your documents?
Just Social Security.
So yeah, that's the main one.
That's the main one. But anyways, Alyssa Gloria Detwiler, my bad. I didn't even notice I said Vega. Gloria is from my great-grandmother. Anyways, so yeah, where I'm from, born in Paterson, New Jersey. And
so I know if you guys ever watched that movie, Lean on Me, it was filmed at the high school in Paterson, New Jersey.
The rival school of my mom's high school, actually. So that's a pretty fun fact. Anyways, Paterson, New Jersey, lived there for I think 2 or 3 years, and then moved down to Kissimmee, Florida, and lived there for I don't even know how many years. My childhood's like a blur. I'm like, I have the worst like sense of time.
Yeah, it took her about 4 years to remember my birthday.
Yeah, yeah. So anyways, Yeah, Kissimmee, Florida. And then at some point, my mom got married to who's my stepdad now. And he joined the military, and then we just moved to a bunch of different states, and landed here in Hawaii in 2008. So I've been living here since then, which is like what, almost, well, 13 years?
13
if we
years.
do the math. I'm horrible at math. That's a fun fact. So yeah, a lot of people ask us, we'll just get right into it. A lot of people ask us, how did we meet? That's probably like the number one question we get.
And there's like two versions
I
of
hate
this story.
this story so much.
Yeah. Do we want to share both versions, or like?
I mean, briefly, because this story can go on and on.
Yeah.
But my version, aka the right version, because this guy has, I don't even know, your version is like all
My
over the
version
place.
is my version, your version is your version, and then there's
the right version, which is my version.
Okay,
Anyways,
whatever.
so the way we met is, at the time, I was in church and we were just hanging out in the coffee shop in our church. And I was talking to my friend Garrett Mizunaka. Garrett, if you're watching, shout out to you. Probably wouldn't be together today if it wasn't for Garrett.
True.
But we were on Instagram. We were both just like on our phones, and we were just sitting there. And all of a sudden I come across a picture of you and our other friend Pono, whose name is also Pono. And I was like telling Garrett, and this is so out of character for me. I never used to tell anybody, oh, that's a cute guy over there. I never used to say that. I never told anybody who I had a crush on,
But God
ever.
put those words on your lips.
And I was just like, with Garrett, randomly, I was just like, oh, that guy next to Pono is pretty cute. And then Garrett's like, oh, you think he's cute? And then I was like, yeah. And it was not even a big deal. It was not like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this guy.
Yeah.
I literally just came across a picture and I was like, oh, he's pretty cute. That was it. And Garrett goes and tells Pono, not you, the other one.
Yeah, Pono K.
Pono K. And from there, it was like a nightmare to get to knowing you, because Pono K, if you're watching, we love you, but man.
Also, thanks to him too, because
Thanks to him too.
He did the
yeah.
back work.
Yeah.
You know what
Garrett
I mean? Like,
initiated, and then Pono K took it from there. So Pono K is actually, he was a videographer at Inspire Church at the time. And he would always, before I even met you, he would always ask me to help film their conferences or different events, just to come on and help shoot. And that was totally normal. So again, Garrett told him, I had no clue Garrett told him. And then I get like a text a couple weeks later or soon after saying, hey, you want to come help shoot a conference? Was it Arise?
Right. Yeah.
Or
Arise.
E&I or something,
Arise,
a
Arise,
conference. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, this is totally like normal. Pono K is asking me to shoot a conference. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So me and Garrett go to film the conference, but Garrett, or I found out somehow that Pono was going to try to get us to talk at the conference. So I told Garrett, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I was like super nervous. On the drive there, me and Garrett carpooled. I was like, Garrett, I don't want to. I said, Garrett, if I see this guy, if I see you, Pono, I'm gonna beeline and go straight to the media room, and like I don't even want to like see you, because I knew it was gonna be awkward, because I don't know what Pono K was telling him, that I'm like madly in love with him. I don't know if he said that, but I was just like, they probably think that I'm psycho.
Yeah, yeah.
And literally
they're
all I
definitely
said,
trying to set us up. And to rewind the story a little bit. So as Pono K is like asking you to come shoot for a Rise conference, back on our end, he's like, hey Pono, do you want to help shoot a Rise conference? And I have no business behind a camera. Like, I do not operate cameras. I know how to point and shoot, and that's about it. You tell me to adjust the resolution or like zoom in, zoom out, I don't know how to do that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, sure. I don't want to, like, I'm sorry, but I didn't want to serve in the kids ministry like during conference. I didn't want to watch little kids. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll help you shoot the conference. I was like, but I only know how to operate a GoPro. So he's like, fine, here, take your GoPros and go, whatever. And so that's how Pono got us to kind of like encounter each other, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then.
Yeah, so we get there and he literally sets it up. Like, I was trying to like dodge him, and I think I went into the media room and you were there once I got there. Like, I was trying to beeline it straight to the media room with Garrett, and sure enough, you're in there already. And I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody else is in there. And the whole time, Pono K was trying to like purposefully, like you said, like set us up. Like, he would say, oh, Alyssa, can you go teach Pono how to do this? Oh, Alyssa, you and Pono go shoot that. You guys do this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. There was a point where Pono K left me and Pono in the media room, like in their offices with their media director, pastor at the time. And it was just us three in
DJ.
there. And it was so awkward. And we were like making small talk. And then the director is just right there on his laptop doing work. And it was just like, bro, it was so weird. Awkward. And then sure enough, here's like Pono K and Garrett like peeping through the door, like trying to get like a full scoop on like what we're talking about. I'm like, dude, this is the worst thing ever.
It's definitely probably top 2 most awkward situations in my life.
Yeah.
But
it worked out, obviously.
It worked out. And the night ends, right? We both like go our separate ways, and Pono K is like, bro, did you get her number? I was like, no, I didn't get it. Like, it was such an awkward moment.
It was obvious that we were being set up.
Right.
It was super weird.
But anyway, so the conference ends, right? And I'm left like, oh man, maybe I should have like got her number or given her my number. All I got is Instagram. And we, like, all I got is our Instagram. We follow each other on Instagram. And so what's the next best thing to do? I slid into her DMs. And I was like, hey, Alyssa, sorry I didn't get your number, blah, blah. We should hang out sometime, right? I think. I was like, let's go get coffee and, I don't know.
Surf or something.
Right?
Yeah.
And Alyssa doesn't surf, but she agreed to it.
Because I wanted to learn how to surf.
You agreed to it. And that's a whole nother story too.
Yeah, that's just a whole nother rabbit trail. But yeah, that's how we met. Probably like the most awkward way of meeting. Never how I pictured me meeting my future husband. But, you know, it happened. It worked out. Garrett and Pono K, again, if you're watching,
shout out
thanks,
to you guys.
I guess. It would be like a thank you.
Yeah, they definitely set us up for sure.
And now we're married. Yeah. Been married since, here it is again, 2017, right? January 20th, 2017.
Okay, we're in the year 2021.
4 years.
Coming up on 5.
Yeah, coming up on 5 years. Yeah, and it's been awesome. We got married here in Waimanalo was our ceremony in some random forest area. And then our reception was here at the church. And it was probably like one of the top 5 for sure best days ever. Like, I feel like it wasn't even a stressful day. Like, there was pockets of stressful moments, but not anything to be like, this is the worst thing ever. It was like I was nervous that I was going to be like super stressed because I wanted everything. I'm a perfectionist, so I want everything to be perfect. But no, it was like one of the best days. Reception was so fun. We like partied and had our friends.
It was so good. We always talk about, oh man, let's just have another like reception again, just a party, just to have a party.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
So been married for almost 5 years. And what are some of the challenges, like the best parts and the challenges of marriage? What would you say?
Oh, I'll start off with challenges. For sure, that first year of marriage is very challenging because one, you're taking 2 people who grew up in like 2 totally different environments and cultures.
Yeah, cultures too.
Big thing, right? And so, they come together.
Yeah.
And now you got to learn like, okay, how to live with each other. What is the right and wrong? The one example I always use is like how we fold towels, right? What's the right way? What's the wrong way? Or which way are we going with? Because I had my own way of folding towels. Alyssa had her own way of folding towels. And ultimately, like, I just, succumbed to her and said, hey, we're just going to fold it your way. But just learning how to like, to work well with each other and in certain circumstances or situations, compromising to see what best works for us. One of the main challenges for us was communication on my end. I think we both grew up, like I said, in 2 different cultures, so communicating was different for us. I come from a family where I wouldn't say we're like we don't talk to each other, because we do, but we're not also like super open books with each other as well. And so that carried on into our marriage, right? And versus with you, like you and your mom and sisters, you guys are like pretty like open book with each other. or you guys are pretty close, right?
Yeah,
You guys can
super
talk to.
close.
It's easy
Yeah.
for you guys to talk to each other,
Yeah.
right? And so, yeah, just having those two different backgrounds and trying to mesh it together was probably the hardest challenge, I think, for me, and it's still a challenge.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I forget. Oh shucks, yeah, I'm married. Well, I don't forget I'm married, but oh wait, I got to communicate to my spouse, my wife,
Yeah.
that I'm doing this at this time or whatever, you know. So
Yeah, I think communicating for sure. The first year was pretty, like, it had a lot of rough moments, but I think now, like, we've learned so much, and obviously we're not even close to being perfect, but yeah. I think for me, one of the challenges, I mean, besides what you said, I would agree 100%, but like the different walks of life and growing up differently, like he's very, very chill. And I'm pretty chill in some moments, but I'm very like, I'm a planner. I'm very fast.
You're
You're very
Hispanic.
slow. I'm Hispanic. Yeah. So he's very slow, like not just like, not slow as in like dumb,
I'm sharp-minded,
but no, you're actually very
I'm just
smart.
physically slow.
But physically slow. Oh my gosh, that was something like
Like walking in the mall.
walking in the
Oh.
mall, like he's like, I don't even know, 20 feet behind me. I'm like, dude, come on, let's go. Like
I'm like, I'm
that's
walking
just
my
the difference
fastest.
of like our personality. Yeah, like he's walking his fastest, but like your fastest is like my slow walk.
Yeah.
So like those things, adjusting to those things it sounds silly, but it is, you know, it is
Yeah,
what
you
it
still
is.
get mad at me, like, come on, move
Yeah,
faster.
I'm like, come on,
Oh, you're
keep
moving too
walking.
slow.
Like we got things to do, we got places to go. But yeah, and then patience for me, like I think I'll be working on my patience till the day I die. Like
Yeah, I'm as patient gets.
I don't know about that, but yeah, you're definitely more patient than I am. But yeah, and then the best parts. What are some best parts? Having like somebody to do everything with.
Right.
Like
you come
just a
home to your
friend.
best friend, right?
Yeah.
Every day. And you start the day with your best friend, you end the day with your best friend, and
Yeah.
everything in between.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we have in common, but there's also different interests that we have. And so like me even learning to surf with you has been really fun. I mean, challenging, of course, but also it's been cool to do that with you. And yeah, just learn new experiences, always having a friend for sure. Like that's the best part, I think.
Yeah, and like same thing with me, right? I'm learning like how to enjoy the things that brings you joy.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you can tell, but sometimes it's like pulling what do you call what's the term?
Teeth?
Pulling teeth, right? It's like pulling teeth in me to get me to do stuff like this, right? 'Cause,
Oh yeah, he doesn't really like to do this
like,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
I don't care for it, but like that's one thing I'm still working through, right? Is like learning how to find joy in the things that bring you joy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I say I've come not a long way.
No,
but
I think
I'm-
you have for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm taking my time getting
Like
there.
taking my time. Yeah, you're going slow.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
kidding.
being patient because I just want to feel it out. It's just
Oh
sort
my
of
gosh. Another thing, if you didn't know about us, is that we have an almost 2-year-old son. By the time this comes out, he'll be 2, maybe, probably.
This is coming out in a month.
I don't know.
Oh,
We'll see.
well, we'll see.
He's almost 2, and he is the cutest, in my opinion, the cutest little thing ever. Also, just like hilarious. His name is Ryder, and Ryder James, and he is just the best. He's so funny.
Yeah, I think he's definitely helped us in our marriage as far as like making us work on being a unit.
Yeah.
And because raising a kid takes team. It takes a
Yeah.
team to raise a kid, right? And if we're not on the same page, then it makes it a lot harder to, raise a child. And there's
Yeah.
some things that we're still not on the same page about, as
Yeah.
far as like, I don't know, whatever.
Like just little things,
little
like
things,
everyday
right.
things. Yeah.
Like Alyssa, she's got a system down of like packing his bag and like, whatever, the snacks, his drinks, blah, 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 blah. Me, I'm like, whatever's in the bag is in the bag, and that's what we're gonna go with. So she always has to remind me, did you pack a snack? Did you, whatever, refill the diapers, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Right? And so, yeah, he's definitely helped us grow in our marriage, for sure.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, he's just the cutest bundle of joy. Also,
Terrible twos is coming.
yes, well, he's entered that phase real early.
Little tantrums,
Yeah.
throwing himself on the floor.
It's so hard not to laugh.
It's so hard.
Because-
we literally
yeah.
catch ourselves like snickering in the back while
If
he's
we have-
throwing himself.
If
It's
we have
just
like
so
video
funny.
clips, we should throw it in.
We
Just
should.
right there
I
so
don't
they
even
can
know if I
see.
have any anyways,
We
but
gotta
yeah,
get it on video.
he is hilarious. Terrible twos are here in full force. I mean, I feel like he's a good kid overall. We like have been super blessed by him. He never really gave us too much trouble. Like little things like, well, we haven't hit potty training yet, but little things like taking away the pacifier, like that was so easy.
Teething was not a problem.
Teething was not a problem. He was super late to getting his teeth, and maybe I don't know if that helped, but he got his teeth like what 13 months,
Yeah, his
14,
first teeth, yeah.
something like that. So he was super late to getting his teeth. But anyways, those things have been like pretty easy for us, so we can't complain. But yeah, he's an awesome little baby. Maybe he'll pop in on one of these videos one day, but yeah, he's awesome.
He's got to earn his stripes first.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, we live here in Hawaii, and that time is coming to an end very soon, January 2022. We're actually moving to Alabama, and as we get closer, I was like super excited from the get-go, from this day we decided, all right, we're doing it, we're moving to Alabama. And we set the day like January 2022. But now as it's getting closer, it's very, very like, it's getting really sad. Like the bittersweet is like really bitter right now because it's just like we're starting to pack up some things, and like we're about to, like we didn't even book our tickets yet, but we're about to book our ticket, and it's just like becoming reality. And yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, I think when we first made that decision, like, hey, we're gonna move, I was like, man, I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. And that was back in April.
Yeah.
We were in Florida for your grandma's birthday. And I was like, hey, I think we just got to do it. You know? And it's something God's been putting on our heart too, right? Moving. And not specifically to Alabama, but it just made sense.
It's not like he specifically told us and we heard an audible voice saying move to Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama. No, it's not like that.
It was more like, hey, it's time to stretch yourselves.
Right? Take us
Get
out of our comfort zone. Yeah.
Yeah, and so when we first decided that, I was like, oh man, like this is gonna suck because this has been my life, my whole life, right? My 30 years here. And but as time went on, I had to force myself to get excited about the move. And so now I'm at a point where it's like I can't wait to move. And that's really weird for me to say.
Yeah.
Because like I'm a local boy through and through.
Yeah.
Right. And so for me to say, man, I can't wait to leave Hawaii.
Yeah.
And start a new journey. It's kind of weird, but at the same time I'm like super ready for it too.
Yeah, same. I'm like super excited for what's to come, the different opportunities that we'll have. Nothing is super secure. Like you don't have a signed document saying I'm going to be, employed at XYZ.
Yeah.
Like we don't have that, but we're expecting like there to be challenges along the way, but also we're like super stoked for the different opportunities that we'll be able to have. Buying a house is one of them. That's one of our like goals right now.
And I've been on Zillow
every day,
like every night before we go to sleep, looking at. It's the same houses. I mean, if one and then houses get sold and there's like a new one that pops up, but it's the same houses I'm looking at every day.
It's just exciting, and like even the thought of like getting something that's somewhat of a fixer-upper is exciting for us because you have the background of like renovations and all that stuff and construction, and I just love interior design so much. That it'll be fun to experiment in that way. And my mom and my youngest sister lived there. And so to be closer to them, which I haven't lived with them since 2012, I think. So that is going to be really exciting to be closer to my mom. Of course, we'll miss your family here, but we definitely plan to visit Hawaii at least once a year.
Right.
And family on the mainland.
Right.
Have
all
your
my siblings are all on the mainland.
Yeah,
now.
your siblings are all on the mainland. So yeah, it's a bittersweet thing, but we're super excited. And I guess we'll just end this episode with some of those goals. Buying a house is one of them. Maybe the future with Detwiler Collective. Do you want to add anything to that?
Definitely. It's a scary thought because we're basically starting all over, right? And so I mean, I'm looking forward to this journey, starting over fresh, just basically leaving Hawaii with just the clothes that we have.
Yeah.
Right. And our little one. And so, yeah, I'm excited. Get to visit family or extended family over there as well, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and road trips. Looking forward to that
road
as
trip.
well. Getting to see a lot of different places. But yeah, and then for I guess future goals for this, the Detwiler Collective, is that, like I said in the beginning, is my heart is really to, and our heart is really to encourage and inspire others through this brand. It's gonna be like fun products. There's gonna be like fun YouTube videos about home renovations, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we just love people, and we
Yeah,
love
and like
relationships.
and making money is not like
Yeah,
our like, oh man, we're doing this because we want to make money, right?
yeah.
No,
Because it's
we
not like that
yeah, it's
right
not.
now. It's a lot of
And
investing money
like
into it. Yeah.
we've been at this, like, I guess, interior design or like fashion lifestyle stuff for a while, and it's never like, yeah, yeah, money has never really been like, oh man, we're throwing in all our marbles for this.
Yeah.
Like you said, we're doing this because we want to build a community and
Yeah.
relationships along the way,
Yeah.
and it hope to inspire people and hope to be inspired by other people as well.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. And then collaborate with other people and other businesses. And anyways, we can go on and on, but yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed watching this. There's definitely gonna be more episodes coming out.
I can't wait for the
guy
next,
talk.
yeah, the guy talks and just the other
I know you can't wait
people
for
we
that.
will be having on.
Yeah, we're
It's
gonna
gonna be
have some
fun.
good friends on, and it's gonna be awesome. So stay tuned and join us for the rest of the different podcast video series. Who knows what this is at
Yeah.
this point? We'll see.
We're just talking story.
Yeah, we're just talking story. So yeah. Oh, mention really quick before we go. What does that mean? Let's talk story. Because people on the mainland, if they're watching, tuning in, what does that mean? That's not something you hear often, I feel like. What does the phrase mean?
Talking story is basically,
It is a local specific term.
yeah, we use that a
Talk
lot
story.
here in Hawaii, but it's very self-explanatory. You're talking story with each other.
Yeah.
You're sharing your life experiences. You're just, I don't know, just
Conversations.
conversating, right?
Yeah.
You're just, it's very candid, very like an open end book where, I mean, there's no like sense of direction in
Yeah.
the conversations.
Yeah.
Be catching up with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what talking stories. You're just
Yeah.
talking story.
And that's our hope with these, is that we'll just get to talk story with our friends, hear their story. I'm excited to hear a lot of people's stories in these videos. And so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you guys in the next episode. Bye.